Welcome to Pub Talk, the unofficial official craft beer podcast of Oklahoma, where we're all about the three B's, beer buddies, and bullshit. I'm Michael, and with me as always is a man looking forward to spreading some Christmas cheer as we play catch-up over our first round beer, Jeremy.
Ho, ho, hey, yo.
On today's show, we're back at it, this time with another remote episode. If you like what you hear today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever you are, and show us some social media love at Pub Talk Podcast. All right, let's get in the first round.
You know, they brew 10,000 bottles of beer a day. I drink 45 off the assembly line, and I'm the asshole.
What are you drinking today? Hello.
It's been a while. I am drinking, it's sorry to inside baseball here. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a fucking Wednesday, but I'm on Christmas vacation. So I am drinking Turtle Fluffy Fingers from Stone Cloud. It comes in at a mild 14.5% alcohol by volume. It's a double mash stout with toasted pecan or pecan, chocolate and caramel. And it's delicious. There's a better look at the can. And because it's the damn season, I'm drinking it out of my elf glass.
Nice.
And it ranks quite high on the stoutometer. So
Oh, that's awesome. Did you say turtle?
Turtle.
Right on.
Turtle candy inspired thick with 2 C's stout, it says on the can. It is definitely the thick with 2 C's. It got a ton of chocolate. I've had it the other night too. This one's still pretty cold, so I'm not getting as many of the other flavors, but when you let it warm up, you do get more of the pecan on the backside. I didn't get a ton of caramel, but I think that's kind of hard to bring through with all that chocolate. It's fucking tasty. Picked up a 4-pack of this when I was down there on Saturday, picking up my other Christmas beers from them, and which we'll talk about that later. But I loved the OG Fluffy Fingers that came out last year, so definitely had to give this one a try. Hasn't disappointed. I don't know, 4 something. It's definitely in the 4 territory. 4.53.
Yeah, right on. Not surprising.
Not at all. They make some good shit. What are you drinking?
I am drinking, first, also out of a Christmas glass. Not sure where I'm supposed to put this. Bumble, a bunch of, I don't remember what they're called, Rudolph and all that shit, the classic stuff. It is a beer from a brewery that I never know how to pronounce. Starts with a K, Kokendorfer.
Sure.
However you say that long ass word. It doesn't have a name, I guess, just New England IPA. 6.84% ABV. That's it. Says juicy flavors of pineapple, grapefruit, coconut, mango, and tangerine.
They're
definitely tastes citrusy.
They're so worried about you trying to pronounce their brewery name right, they don't even bother naming the beer.
Yeah, fuck it. You would think they would put, or I would, the little thing that tells you how to say it. I don't know what that's called, but you could put that on there so people learn your fucking brewery name.
For sure.
Have a little just on the back or something. There's enough words on here. You can throw that in there to help people out. Or maybe it's fun for them to fuck up their name, because I'm pretty sure it's like that's got to be their last name or something. But whatever. They're from Duncan, Oklahoma. Picked this up just the other day because knew we were going to do this show. And I didn't want to do the same thing that I've been drinking on, which is just Marshall's Dunkel. This is good. One sure I haven't had them before. I don't think. I'm almost positive I haven't had them.
Yeah, I've had like maybe 2 beers from them at festivals recently, but other than that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I went to stop by a store in Catoosa, Quenchers. It's under new management or whatever. Pop back in there again to see if they had gotten anything in, because it was fucking empty the last time I went in there. And they actually had quite a few beers in there as opposed to last time. Just a bunch of beer from this brewery, like 5 or 6 different beers. I was kind of surprised to see that.
So they've got a good distribution plan.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's good. I don't know. It tastes like a fucking New England IPA. Nothing really special about it. Not juicy, not super juicy. Just it's good beer.
Yeah.
Not a bad beer. That's always good,
Right.
especially when you don't know what the fuck what you're getting into.
Yeah.
So surprisingly good. They put a lot of detail into their labels. I don't know if that really came through on the camera. Probably can't because of the glare, but
Yeah.
super fucking detailed. I don't know. A lot of pirate shit. It's good. 3.75, I guess. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
I think I should give it a 4.
Right on. Yeah, not if it's just kind of standard fare.
Yeah, not bad by any means. Actually, I mean it's definitely drinkable.
Yeah. Well, and people forget that there's nothing wrong with a beer that's just a good beer of that style. It doesn't have to be 70,000 adjuncts as I sit here with my turtle stout, but
So what's been going on in I don't even know last time we did a remote episode.
before Vortex, which was beginning of November. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can start with that. We did two spotlight episodes since the last time we've recorded a Zoom podcast. So we did Vortex for our annual trip up there around their anniversary. Good times as always. Nothing surprising there, but they are. If you haven't listened to the episode, you should. But they're looking at their canning line and getting some beer into Tulsa. First, quarter or so of 22. So I'm looking forward to that, being able to get some of their beer without having to drive to Ponca City. Like going to Ponca City, awesome. checking out the brewery and all that, but that's the extent of what I had to say about Ponca City. No offense to anyone that lives there. Everybody that we've interacted with there has been great, but it's a long way for a small town to get some beer. Yeah. But yeah, we did that, and then because we're gluttons for punishment, we just turned around 2 weeks later and went even further west to Enid Brewing Company. We've talked off and on with Justin. Probably a little over 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, about doing a show. We finally made it happen. Got out there the Saturday after Thanksgiving. They just done their tree lighting thing, which was kind of funny how big of a deal that evidently was in that part of the state. I don't know. It looked like Mardi Gras or something that happened the night before.
Right. You see that tree broke like right after
I did not.
Yeah, those storms that went through a couple weeks ago.
Like broke it in half?
It took off a big chunk off the top of it.
Wow.
Like it was shortly after we went. And then I think they tried to fix it somehow, like put a metal pole and put it on it somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, not long after we went there, it broke.
I would think that part that would be above the pole would die much faster, but I don't know.
I think.
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was an interesting interview and definitely a different vibe in that tap room, kind of almost like a diner or something more so than a brewery.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Yeah, I thought it turned out well. And then we haven't recorded an episode in almost a month because various life things, and then the holidays just always are what they are. It's I don't know that we'd be doing this right now if I hadn't taken a little over a week off work.
That'd be kind of hard to do, probably. Christmas on the weekend and stuff.
Right.
But it worked out.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I could put my glasses back on.
And I guess here, I will screen share and we can walk through some stuff that's happened.
Sweet. Nope. What just happened?
Huh?
I disappeared, but it's because you screen shared something.
Oh,
it's weird being on my phone.
Yeah, that's right. Because you wouldn't have the little picture-in-picture that I've got going on here. So I guess I'll just go in order of the tabs I've opened here. That's not necessarily going to be in chronological order. The Craft Brewers Association of Oklahoma did the Stronghold Fest here in Tulsa that first Saturday of December. I made it to that. I didn't stay very long, about an hour and a half. It was interesting. It was at an old fire station west of downtown. It had a Tulsa address, but to me, it felt like Sand Springs. It was like right on that border.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting location. It was across the street from like rundown houses and stuff like that. But the actual venue for the festival was pretty nice. I forget the exact numbers, like 21 breweries, something like that participated. All beer that was 8% or higher.
Is that a mug?
Yeah, they put it. It's. I mean, it's a smaller than a normal size mug, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still bigger than a taster, I would say. But they weren't filling them all. Most of them weren't filling them all the way. I don't know. Like, I'm curious to see how that event evolves, and if they stick with that venue and stuff like that, because it was just a little bit out of the way. I felt like. Figured I'd mention real quick because it's happened since we last did a normal show. This year's Black Dolphin variants came out. So they had a bourbon barrel variant and then a maple syrup barrel, which was the first time they've done that. And of course, I've had both. I've had several of both. The maple was definitely my preference. Marshall doesn't do what I would call heavy adjunct type stuff. I'm not going to drink that maple Black Dolphin and feel like I just drank maple syrup, or it's not going to be super sweet or whatever. And I like that at this stage. Yeah, I've had beers lately that were so sweet that I could barely get through it. And maybe it's just getting older thing. I'm not sure, but I really enjoyed that. It just had a hint of the maple sweetness on the back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hope that variant makes a return next year too. And then I wanted to mention Brian from Beer is Okay.
The book.
Yeah, his book, which if you've been listening to the show, he was on about this time last year and was talking about the process of making this book. So it's a real tangible thing now. You can buy it. It's Oklahoma beer, a handcrafted history book. So it's just the history of Oklahoma beer. I don't think he's doing pre-orders anymore, but keep an eye out for just regular on sale. And I don't know. I've got mine ordered. I'm looking forward to reading it. And big congrats to him for getting that done. I know just from talking with people in the past that have done things like this, the process of writing a book is not easy. And he got it done relatively quickly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Had to screenshot it because I missed out on that.
Oh, gotcha.
Keep an eye out for that. That's awesome. It's really cool.
Let's see. I'll just go through this other stuff that I've done recently. So this past Friday, there was a pint night for Boxley Bottling Brewing Company, which, for those not familiar, it's they don't have a location yet or anything like that, but it's will be eventually Tulsa's first Black-owned brewery. So I think they've done some contract brewing at Heirloom, and I think are now doing some at the Cape out in Jinx. I saw Andrew Whitney posting about it, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, that he was brewing this Stay Golden for him. So anyway, I'd had this at Heirloom when they did a kind of a fundraiser event for the eventual tap room back in the summer. But when I saw I could go get a glass and help support that a little bit more too, I definitely wanted to check it out. So I had never been in Lefties. Cool little spot, man, and it was playing my kind of music and stuff like that, and
Awesome.
I really enjoyed it. I would like to go back. When I'm not needing to get home pretty quickly, but anyway, the beer's good. I was glad to see a good turnout, and I don't know if you see it. If you see any events pop up for them, definitely check them out.
Why does it say skies out, thighs out?
Huh?
Is it a restaurant? In their picture, it says skies out, thighs out. Is it a restaurant?
I don't even see that.
Bottom right corner of the picture.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it must be a menu item. Probably chicken.
Oh, chicken. Delicious.
Agreed. I got a chance to check out Cross Timbers Tap Room while I was picking up my beer in Oklahoma City this past weekend. And man, they're a little bit off the beaten path. They're a little ways outside of downtown. Not too bad, a couple miles. It was like a 10-minute drive, I think, from Stone Cloud. But or maybe that was Elk Valley. I think I left Elk Valley. But anyway, they're not too far away from the other tap rooms. It's just slightly outside of like the bubble of downtown. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't think any of the owners were there. If they were, they didn't identify themselves. I was just talking to the girl that was managing the tap room, but and one of the beer tenders, is that what we call them? But we've talked about it many times on the show. If you're going to say your beer has XYZ in it, or if you're going to advertise it as in their case, like they have the cilantro and lime goza, right? And then they had some other stuff that had like food ingredients in the name. It should have that flavor, or you shouldn't stick it in the name. And I'm happy to say I had a flight there, 4 beers. So, and all of them tasted like what they said were in them. And particularly want to mention the spicy pickles goza that they had. Man, that shit was good. Oh yeah. Yeah. Really, really good. Anyway, I can't recommend that place highly enough if you're in the area. Really, really enjoyed it. I want to go back when I can spend a little more time there, because I couldn't, because I had to drive back to Tulsa.
How big of a space is it? Is it comparatively like small tap room?
Yeah, they've got a pretty good sized patio though that makes up for it. But yeah, the tap room's not huge. I don't know square footage or anything like that, but it was good size when you include the patio.
Sweet.
Oh
boy.
So our pals over at Welltown have launched a restaurant concept inside of Welltown called Nuggies. It's boneless chicken wings and curly fries. And I've got the menu up here for those that are looking at the video. So I popped over to Welltown Friday, cut out of work a little bit early, and was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a walking tour downtown before that Boxley pint night. So walked over to Welltown, went to Erie Abbey after that. But there are 2 ways to my heart, right? Chicken and beer, and Welltown has chicken. The chicken was really good. Now, that said, why can't we name our wing sauces the flavors that they are, or put a description next to them? Because I had to walk up to another grown man and say, hey, tell me what the fuck nuggie sauce and sticky icky is. It turns out it was teriyaki and Thousand Island, and I forget which one's which, but yeah.
Sorry. Do they not have anything hot then?
Huh?
Did they not have a hot one?
Buffalo.
Oh wow.
Hey man, they're looking to just keep you drinking, I guess. I don't know. It was good. I would go there for lunch.
Right on.
I had 2 beers there, one of which was a Belgian blonde, supposedly, that was red in color. So explain that to me. Didn't say it had any raspberries or anything in it. I don't
What's
know.
up with the Dare? What's up with the Dare logo? I can't. My phone's too small. Like on the
Dare to
picture
say
underneath
yes to Nugs.
the-
Yeah. Nug Life,
Get
Nuggies
it?
420. There's all kinds of references to weed. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I can see it now.
yeah. I
Okay.
think that they posted something the other day, get rich or die frying. Little tone deaf, but it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it thick chicks only. I mean, a lot of it seems kind of.
Yep.
I don't know. But hey,
I'm just
chicken.
I'm just here
Chicken
to
in the beer.
report. I'm just here to report that the food tasted good. The beer is still what it's always been.
Right on.
Speaking
Man,
of
I want chicken
Welltown,
now.
yeah. Speaking of Welltown,
That says Broken Arrow Brewing, not Welltown.
I know. Broken Arrow's doing some igloos now. Think they tried it out for a weekend a couple weeks ago. Must have gone okay because now they're back for New Year's Eve. You can go to their website and reserve an igloo if you would like.
Right on. I guess.
Got to
Hey,
check it.
that's cool looking.
Yeah, I got to check out Hop the Griffin over 71st and Yale, kind of Tulsa's newest, we'll say brewery. It's like a brew pub, I would say. I guess that was 2 days ago, Monday. Yeah, it was fuck man. We went at 11 a.m. We were the only motherfuckers in there the entire time we were there that didn't work there. It was awesome, honestly. No, yeah, no like crowded concerns or whatever with all this shit starting to pop back up this week. But man, their food was really good. Their beers were what they were. I think they're still pretty new to the game. It's not that it was offensive or anything. And just I felt like they probably need to tune some things in, or and maybe it's a similar situation to like a Bricktown Brewery or oh, even Emerson Ice or whatever, where they're kind of aiming for the brew pub crowd and not the craft beer crowd. I don't know, but the beers were fine. Heather liked them quite a bit. Several IPAs she liked quite a bit, but she hasn't been doing a lot of drinking for the last couple of years. So I don't know. The staff there was very friendly. I think one of them was the owner. I didn't introduce myself because I think my face was showing how I felt. But I would say, I mean, especially if you're in that area, like for lunch or dinner, you should check them out. The food was good. It's just bar food, nachos and things like that. But I enjoyed the food. The space is really nice. I hope that they'll kind of grow into their brewing, a little bit. They've only been open 2 months or so.
Like, what are they brewing on? I can't even picture like having a brew system in that little. Is it in that shopping center with Sutures?
It is. It's literally directly across the sidewalk from Sutures. Like if you pull up and you park and you're looking at Sutures, and there's that little staircase that goes up to Sutures. They are right next to it. Like it's the Hop the Griffin sign, Suture sign.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Like we definitely peed on the wall of that place back in the day.
It's funny when you were just describing it that way, and I'm like, oh, the piss spot.
Yep. And I don't know what was there in 2006, but it definitely got peed on by both.
By multiple people.
Oh well, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good segue. After we ate lunch and everything, and we did try all 8 beers they had on that day, just in flight form. Split them between Heather and I. We did walk across the sidewalk and went to Sutures, where I deliberately had a Miller Lite for the first time in 10 years.
Is it still called a big ass beer?
I don't remember. I didn't look for that. I just said I want a Miller Lite, assuming she would know, and the girl that was working was like, "Oh, draft or bottle." And I'm like, "Fuck, what I want a bottle for?" But I think they probably are, because I had forgotten it doesn't come in a standard pint glass. It comes in that like taller pint glass.
Yeah.
That I don't even know how many ounces that is, but it's more than 12. It's more than 16.
Yeah.
Might be 24, but either way, that place has not changed much. You know, some of the signs had changed, some of them hadn't. Some of the same neon signs were there for like Crown Royal and shit like that were there back in the day. The jukebox is no longer poke the screen situation. It's touch tunes. You can use an app to control it.
Right on.
But that same, stool or whatever you want to call it, that they used to use to do like the birthday shots is still there. The bar itself still looks exactly the same. A lot of the same shit hanging, like the x-rays and whatever, you can tell have been there for 400 years. The kitchen looks exactly the same. All of the tables and everything are laid out exactly the same. I mean, I sent you that picture of the layout because it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is creepy. And it's funny because they now dub themselves a smokeless smoking bar. So I guess they've got like a special ventilation system or something. It definitely wasn't as smoky as it was back in the day, but Heather and I walked in there and they had those double doors that they've always had.
Yeah.
And the second you get past the first door, you're like, this is a smoking bar. But then you open the second door and you're like, this is definitely a smoking bar. And I know she was kind of like, no, we're not staying here long. And it was like 5-10 minutes after we had been there, she's like, okay, I don't know what it is. This place has a charm. I get it. We can stay for 2 or 3 if you want to. So, we did. Awesome. And I got up to go to the bathroom, which has not changed. Literally the same DUI ads hanging over the pisser.
That was going to be my next question. Was the bathroom?
Literally the same ads. But I got up to go towards the bathroom, and a blonde girl comes out from behind the bar that I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but I don't know if you remember the girl that worked Sunday afternoons there, that we didn't interact with quite as much, but she definitely knew us. Always looked a little bit older than I think she really was. Like,
okay.
A lot.
Yeah. That's wild that anybody would still be working there.
I don't think she was working. I think she was there as a patron. But she ran out like from the far side of the bar, and she cut through the bar and ran over and hugged a couple of, older guys that I guess are probably regulars that she remembered or whatever. And I don't know, maybe she was home for the holidays and was just visiting. Maybe she still goes there a lot to hang out. I'm not sure, but I was like, holy shit balls. I didn't think in a million years I would see anybody here from back in the day. Heather told me I would. She was like, it sounds like the kind of place you're going to know someone. But nah, man, it's been, at most recent that I went there with any regularity, it's been like 11 years.
That shit's crazy. That fucking place, man.
Yeah. I'm just like looking at different tables, like this happened there and that happened there and this happened there. I made her take a photo of me throwing up the shocker just cause.
Oh man, stories.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm like, sorry, but some stuff happened here that probably would make you real proud if you heard it.
Should have picked some Tenacious D and just started singing to see what would happen.
I almost did. I had it on my phone. I was about to do it, and I was like, why the fuck am I going to pay $5 to play a song next that they may skip?
Right on.
Plus, I hadn't had enough alcohol. If I'd had 2 more beers, I probably would have done it. Yeah, and I was poking through that thing too. I was like, do they still have that Webby song? Yeah, it's not even in there.
Really? Oh man. God, I haven't heard that song forever.
Right. I haven't either. It's like
I'm gonna have to see if that's on Spotify.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was funny that Heather ended up liking the place. And she's like, I'd go back there. I'm like, And we're sitting there. I think I had two of those big Miller Lights, and she had two White Claws, and it was like $15. And I'm like, this is why we used to drink here.
Right. Right on. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. The shit was cheap.
God, that shit
For
matters.
so much beer.
Yeah.
For so much beer. Can I get all this beer? Yep.
Well, they had all these empty boxes of like Budweiser and Bud Light and whatever, just the empty case boxes sitting over near the bar. And I'm sitting there like, I assure you that that's the stuff that they had to restock this morning because they killed that much beer last night. And that would have been a Sunday night, And Heather's like, there's no way. I was like, there's a way. Like, trust me, there's a way. Because folks like me at 23 were coming in here and ordering a bucket of whatever, or, even if they're just doing them one at a time, whatever they're doing, probably doing buckets if they're like me, getting 6 at a time, and they're not stopping with one bucket.
Why would you?
Right?
You're there to get really, really drunk.
It was definitely the first time I've left that place when the sun was up. Well, when the sun was up during the afternoon.
Yeah.
and it's also the first time I've left there after 2 beers, I'm pretty sure. So well, there were those times that I walked in and was told, oh, you're banned for a month. So
it'd be so funny sometimes how they would say that so nonchalantly too.
Yeah, and it's not like don't bother.
Not right now. Yeah,
it's like go chill out for a month.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm gonna go to your sister bar, Crop Happy's, and I'm gonna bring your wait staff with me.
Yep. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention when I was in Oklahoma City, I did pick up my Elk Valley member beer for this month.
Right on.
It's a double barrel Pumpion. It's like a pumpkin ale brewed or aged in bourbon barrels and then syrup barrels. And man, I didn't think I was going to like it because pumpkin's not really my jam.
Yeah.
That shit lit me up the other night because I drank it so fast.
People rave about that Pumpion.
Oh my God. I don't know about the regular one, but the double barrel one was fucking tasty.
Right on.
And then I picked up my Stone Cloud Christmas beer. So they've got a coconut snowman, which I had last night. It's like, marshmallow, I think, and coconut nibs and whatever. It was really, really good. 17.3% alcohol by volume. Jesus fucking Christ. I had half of it and I was like, I'm gonna have to wait a minute before I finish this. They've got Billy Mac, the carrot cake stout came back. And then they've got 2 beers, Naughty and Nice. So Nice is just a regular imperial stout, and then Naughty's got a bunch of shit added. I don't remember what was added.
Right on.
Yeah, so I'll be drinking those the next few days. Celebrate the holidays. And of course the box came loaded with stickers and a magnet and a couple glasses and that kind of thing. I don't know. It's a nice little holiday tradition. Let's see. Oh, last couple things I had are not as pleasant as what we've been talking about. So fuck Instagram. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, what happened?
So and of course you're off of everything but Twitter now, so you wouldn't have known about this, but there's been some talk that Instagram's trying to crack down on places that they see as promoting alcohol.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Marshall's account, Marshall Brewing, their official account got I think they call it shadow banned, where they could technically post, but they can't put any captions or anything with it.
Yeah.
And they had to create a new Instagram just so they could promote their beer. Doesn't technically go against any of the terms and conditions. And I know they've tried to contact Instagram to no avail. So like, I don't know, a week or two after that was going on, it was the day of the Stronghold Festival. I had just posted a couple stories because I'm doing the Advent box thing again this year and posting that. And I think I posted 2 or 3 things in a row, which maybe is what did it. But anyway, I put the stuff in the story, and then I go back a few hours later to check to see, if we have any reactions, who's viewed it, what have you. And it won't display anything. It's saying can't refresh feed. And okay, they're having some sort of technical difficulty. I'll check back later. So I check back shortly before I'm going to leave the house for Strong Ale, and it tells me that the account has been removed due to whatever. It just said the account has been removed, and I'm like, what? So I get out the laptop. I try to log in that way, thinking maybe it's the app. Account does not exist. Okie dokie. I'm gonna be real upset if we just lost all that, history and work and everything that's gone into this. And anyway, over the course of a couple days, through a lot of Googling and different things and trying to get in, I come to realize that it has locked us out because it perceives that we were abusing the system with spam. Okay. Or at least that's the most logical explanation I could come to, because I couldn't get an official explanation. And so I guess when that happens, they lock you out for it's like 48 to 72 hours, something like that. And then they force you to send yourself a verification code to get back in. So if your phone number is not updated, you're fucked. Luckily, mine had my correct phone number on file, or ours had my correct phone number on file. And I was able to get back in like Monday. But all of that to say, I don't know if it's because I posted multiple stories. I think I posted the stories at the same time you posted the Enid bonus spotlight thing. So it picked up some algorithm. I don't know, but fuck Instagram, because I think they're trying to mess with people that post about alcohol.
That's crazy, because so many people post about alcohol.
I know.
That's a big part of it.
Well, and to anyone I saw at Stronghold Fest, if you interacted with me and I wasn't super pleasant to be around, that's why I was pretty fucking irritated, because you can't email them, you can't call them. There's no recourse. It's just, if they've decided to delete your shit, you're done. Luckily, it was temporary, and I was able to get back in eventually, but I don't know.
It sucked.
Yep. Yeah, I was sitting there like, is this going to be the thing that kills the podcast? Because I don't want to start this shit over.
Yeah, that's so many. That's a lot going on that page.
Yeah. But anyway, we're back. I mean, it was only a couple day interruption. I don't know if anyone noticed, other than the folks that follow the stories for the Advent stuff, I guess. But well, I say that I did get a couple texts about it. But anyway, that was bullshit. I just wanted to bitch about that.
That's bullshit. That's wild.
And I did send you this screen capture. Black Mesa out of Norman can go fuck themselves. They're officially the second Oklahoma brewery that I'm willing to say that about. And I guess really the 9 ban's not even an issue anymore. So so Black Mesa, and it's gone now, so don't go try to find it on social media. I have the screenshot if anyone's interested. Posted a beer called Let's Go's a Brandon. And if you don't know, you're about to know. Let's Go Brandon is right-wing people's subversive way of saying fuck you, Joe Biden. Very clever, whatever, who cares? You can say that all you want to. I was certainly saying fuck Trump for 4 years. And still. And before he was elected. So anyway, but to name a beer that is just stupid. It's just stupid. It's begging for attention from a brewery that I've never had anything good by. Your tap room's boring as fucking shit. And it's a desperate ploy to get people to look at you, basically. So that's the fan base you want to attract, go for it. I won't be buying your beer anymore, and I won't be visiting your tap room, and I will tell everybody I know the same, gladly. And there was a lot of shit in the comments on Facebook when that got posted about. I mean, there was a lot of people saying essentially what I just said. There was a lot of people that were also saying, "Well, I didn't see anybody banning breweries and crying when they would make a fuck Donald Trump beer." Well, that's because he was a giant piece of shit.
Did they make any of those beers though? Were there
I'm sure
Trump
that
beers in Oklahoma? I don't think there were.
not in Oklahoma, because they would have lost a lot of clientele, but
That's what. Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I understand that point of view. I truly do. I get it, but I just I don't know. It feels a little different to me.
No, it was just a shitty ploy to get attention to a place that has shitty beer.
Yep.
That's all it was. They knew it would stir up shit. It made me fucking reactivate my Facebook so I could see the post because I wanted to see like the reactions and frankly who was reacting in what ways to it. Like, is there anybody that I know? I just want to know what the vibe was from it.
Yeah,
you sent that.
It was largely the reaction I had, and that you would have. It just, there were of course some folks that came out on the other side too, but I don't know. And honestly, like just don't do it. Like, what were you going to gain from that other than people talking about it for a couple days because it was a stupid thing to do?
I just like, why does that shit have to be everywhere? It's like I'm close to wanting to get rid of my Twitter because there's shit like that just everywhere. And I have a very focused pieces that I look at: movie shit, football, Call of Duty, and that it's invading there now too. And I'm just like, fuck, I don't want that kind of drama in my fucking life.
Right.
I see people are doing it just because so they can post it and they can be like, oh. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
And yeah, dumb. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Jeremy, close this motherfucker down.
That's going to do it for this episode of Pub Talk. If you like what you heard today, make sure to check out our website, pubtalkpodcast.com. Hit the subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching so you never miss an episode. Follow us on social media at Pub Talk Podcast. And yeah, until next time, never forget there's nothing in life too big or hard you can't handle it over a few beers with your good friends. Until next time, just chill till the next episode. Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.